Hi, again, welcome to the second part of this video tutorial on Angular 20. In the first one, I show you how you could install Angular 20 and launch this default app. Now, what we have to do now is to try to build our to-do app, right? So, and in order to achieve that, you will going to leave this one here and create a second terminal. Let's create a second terminal here, and then again, let's move to the directory where we have installed our applications. So Angular was my to-do app. To do. So we are inside our applications directory. So if you leave, you can see some of the things that have been created. So we can now open that from here, move to the D drive, see here, that's here, my to-do app. Here is our to-do app here. Here is the structure of our Angular projects. So if you go to the source here is the app. What do we have here? Okay, we can see the structure is a bit like before. Yeah, so maybe some of the files are missing, like the modules, something like that. .ts, yeah. So let's skip here and see how far it goes. So we don't need this one. Is so what do we have to do now? So we go back again. Okay, yeah, so we are inside our to-do app now, and what we have to do now will be to create some components for our to-do app. So what we might need can be we have so we create some components. Let's see that we create we will need ng generate components, then the folder where you want this one to go, component/home, ng generate components. So yes, we can see that our main component folder here is created with the home inside. So let's create the next folder. Next component, we think we can also use ng generate C, right? So components, the next component that we want to do, so we have the home component. We may also have one component called add to do. Yeah, here's the second component which is created, is working. So then the last component that we have will be the about components. So we have our three components which have been generated. So the next thing that we have to do will be add some routing to our newly created to our newly created components, and in order to do that, where can we add them? So we are going to come here. So here we have the default will be is export cons route. So what we might need here will be we do this way. Okay, we have path, and then we have okay, we also have some solutions. Okay, for the home, we have home, and we have path here. This is the default one, and then what would be the right path? Okay, I will just add this one component home. Make it simple first. Right, the next one. So for this one, we need to fix it. Sorry, not working. So quick fix. We need to import our component. So this export might not be needed. So we need to import our component, right? So we import that. Okay. So then the next one will be this one is a home, and then sorry, we just have to bring this one like this one, bring it, and then another one will be path. We can just copy this one. You just copy this one. Okay, so and we have here home. So okay, we have home. Here we have add, and then this component is going to be add to do. So what do we have? We have about, we have so we have so many error here. It's good, yeah. So I remain this one. So first of all, this one is not found. We cannot find here. Where is it located? So probably because of the path here is located here under components. So I assume we have here to specify the component complete path. So here we have this what is the error, and it should be a component with S, right? Is components home. Interesting here. So Angular 20 here, everything is almost. So we have, where do we have here is no more component home dot components. but they have only component.home. So and then what is the issue now? Module has no exported member. Okay, here is the module here. No module has no exported member. Add from home. Okay, yeah, you can see that in Angular 20 we have a lot of changes. So here this error here is okay, has no member home component. So if we click here we have home. Okay, it is home here. So here you should have should be home. Okay, then it's good. And then this one is okay now. So the next thing that we have to check now will be for the next components. So we go there is to do, add to do. So similar to that one, so we are going to add here add to do, and then now we can import it directly. And the last one will be about. If we copy it, we go back here and then we add about. We fix it, we save it, sorry. So we are there. So the next thing that we are finished with our route. Okay, then once that one is done, this one is probably not needed. So if we go again back and try to see if our application is running, it's not running. So if we type ngSave open, oh sorry, it should be ngSave. Okay. Okay, yeah, we can see that this home here, our home is working. And if we try to type add, we also have add here is working. Then we also go now and type about. We can see that about here is working. So it's good. It's good, it's good, it's good, yeah. So if we come here, we can just get rid of all this here in the home page. We don't need them. Let's just try to get rid of everything here. Let's clean up a bit our landing page. yeah, it's okay now. We have about, and then we have home now. So yeah, it's good and it's bit better now. So the next thing that we have to do will be to create some services, one service. So I will type ng generate s for the service, and then we have to specify the folder where we want it to go. We call it TodoService. Boom, it's generated here. So here is our service here. This is created. Then now we need to try to populate it. So in order to populate our service, we need to create a data structure which will hold our to do data, entities data. So let's see how we do this one. So now let's try to create one interface. Let's try to take one interface with three components, with three attributes. So you'll have the ID of the item that we want to do. We just call it only to do. It's better. So we call it to do. Okay, you already have to do here is conflicting. So we call it to do item. And then here we are going to have the title, and then we will also need one here called one completed. When an item will be completed, we would like to set it by true or false. Should be a boolean. So here is our to do item, and then because it's going to be used by other component, we use export to export it. And then now so we have our interface which is ready. So the next thing that we would like to do now will be to have some sample data. So if we come now inside our to do here is called here is our to do. So you can see that the naming has changed completely. It's no longer used to be to do.service.ts, and now in 20 here we simply call it to do. Yeah. So that's one thing. So what do we need to do now is if you just take these solutions here. So here is to do. Here it will be our array of items. So let's try to populate it with some simple items. Here you'll have some data, default data, and then we can also increase that with the third one, with the fourth one, and then with the fifth one. Here is the fifth one. So here will be our initial data that will load into our app, and then so after that we need some getter. So here is get to do, and then what do we need? Also, we also need what is this here? So next ID. For now, I take this one. I don't need this one. And then we have our empty constructor, and then we have our getter, and so here is our to do. So when we add a new item here, we'll have the ID, and then so I will prefer that when we add this one, we take the length and then we increment by 1. So each time here we are going to take the length of the ID plus 1. So initially it is 0, there's nothing is there, so it will be 0, and then plus 1 here, then the first item will be of ID 1, what we have here. So and so on. Then you have the title, and then the default here is false, and then we are going to push a new element. So now when it comes to toggling, what do we have here? So find td is equal 1 is completed. I think it is okay. And then now when we delete the items, so filter blah, so it's also the same things. So our service is almost okay. Here is our service, which is almost okay. Then the next thing that we'll have to do now is to go to our home. We go to our home. Then for this one, if we take this constructor out for now and keep it as simple as possible. So, and then now let's go to our home components. So in our home component here, we'll show the list of our current item of our current to-do list. So in order to do that, what we might need will be to have I will first start with first we start with the list of those items. So we start here with empty items, import that, and what do we have? So So in our constructor now, so we'll just take the service, and then we get a list of items here, and then we assign it to our array here. So now we are loading now the list of elements that we created here. So we bring them here now using our service. To do service, we get the list of all those elements and we load them into our array here. So in the constructor, then the next thing that we have to do will be the toggle. I will better call it toggle to do. Yeah, we get the ID. Then what did we have here? We had to do completions. So we have this to do completions. That is there. Here is our toggling. Then we call our toggling here. We can here toggle elements in the list. Then the next thing that we'll have to do now will be to delete some items in the list. So we take the ID, then to do delete, and then we update, we refresh our list here. After updating, removing the element from the list here, what we have to do is to refresh it. So yeah, that is it. Then the next thing that once we have this one will be now to come and try to prepare our view. So here we call it instead of home we call it to do list. Then the next thing that we'll have here will be to list all those items. And then here we have the list ng for to do. So input checkbox completed, title. And then we have to close this one, right? And then we can also add here some link. You can bring that up here. So let's first here and see what do we have. So we have our input here completed, and then we have our title. So if we go for now and try to load, see what do we have. Okay, we have to do, and then we have about, nothing more. So then for let to do you have this one, then check completed. We have our title, and then so The other thing that we might need to do now will be instead of just doing this way, it's just a bit completed. I will have to add here some changes. So if it is completed, change to do. Then take this one a bit change. I'm just passing, you have to toggle. We'll have to toggle this one. We take the ID. Then the next thing that we have to do, we take span. ng class completed. To do is completed. Now we can take our title here and add it to this one. Then the next thing that we have to do will be to add a button here for the deletions. Okay, ng class property is not found. And then we also have this one, so we need to go inside here and inside our component we need to add some modules. So I will come here and add common module, and then the next one, if you add the common module here, what do we see? Okay, everything is gone, right? And then if we go now, we can see that our list is coming, right? It's coming here. So if we delete one item, it's gone. We select again, this one is gone. Yeah. So we have our items, they are listed. So, but we still have this link here are not active. So why they are not active? The links are not active. So I think so here we are just missing another one. So we have to import the router module. Right. So yeah. So then we are currently now. So when we click on add to do now, it's bringing us into this one, into add to do. So it's the next thing that we have to implement. So we go again to do here. In to do, what do we have to do now? Yeah, we have to do in to do. So, and the first thing that we have to do is to be to add something. So in order to add, we might need a title. To add a new item, we need the title, and then also in the constructor here, we need to bring our to-do service. So our service is called to do slash this one, no, slash this one column. We call it so what do we have here? inside our home here we add we call this one to do so we had this one to do service, so this one, and then we can import it. Okay, so you have imported our to do service, and then so another thing that we might need will be what? So we have our to do service, which is there, and then we have our add to do method, which will take the title, and then yeah, check it's not empty, trimmed here, trim it, and then if it's not empty here, then we have to do is to add it, the title, and then we set this one to null. So, and then before that, the other thing that we might also need to directly so if we try again, let's try this one and see what do we have. Okay, our view is not yet implemented, so we also need to implement our view, and we go here, so we call this one add to do, and then here we might need one input and a button, one input and a button, and then we also get a link to go back to our home components, back to home components, and then here we have our to do. Click, here is the event, here is the listening method, and then here okay is enter to do, and then we go back again. So here think command module is ngModel, so its input, I think it should be the form. Also we have to add also the form module. Okay, so we have added the form module. So if you go to do now, so what we do now is we just hello, we just add a new item, we add it, so it remain, so it remain here in this sample. What we do is when we click here, it should go back, we should navigate to the home page. So instead of adding this one, so what we have to do is yeah, we need to improve this component. So if we go back again here, so once this one is added now, we might need also a router, so we might need to use also the router. So I will add again here private router, and then here once it's done, right, so we navigate back to our home, we navigate back to our home, and then also as we did before, we can also add the router module here. So by adding, we have this link which is enabled. So if I add Angular 20 and add it, so you can see back here is going back directly to the home page when this one is added. and then it's good. So the next thing that we have to do, the last one, will be improve to customize a bit our home, our about page. So here we have about, so I will just come here and type here is the view. So I can just come here. Yeah, so we add this one, and then I will just add a small paragraph here like this one. Okay, this is small simple to do application build with Angular 20. You can add view, manage, and then you can add view and manage your task easily. Your task, yeah, or to do items, yeah, easily. So here is that, and then we also have our links, our menu on top of that. So then, yeah, if you go now home here, so this one is not activated. So as before, we also need to add here a router module. We also need to add the right router module. So now it's activated. You can see that, okay, it's going back to home. And then here is to do. To do is okay. To do is home. It should be home like this one. So okay, then it's working now. So we can see that everywhere we are here now, we can move forth and back, and then we can go here, we can delete some items and add some items. So yeah, that's a bit, yeah, sorry, the video has been longer as than expected. So yeah, so just want to explore Angular 20 and try to build a small applications and see how this can work. And then as you can see, there are a lot of improvement that have been done so far. And then yeah, this was just a small Hello World applications on Angular 20. So stay tuned. We are going to explore some advanced topic on that one in the next video and as soon as time is available. So stay tuned. Bye. Thank you for watching.